When even AI-generated guys like me have to speak out about women's issues in cyberspace, you know things are getting bad. I don't even have to look too far for an example. This September, Saudi Arabia court sentenced 2 women for 34 and 45 years of jail time respectively. Salma al-Shabab and Nura bint Said al-Qahtani were both sentenced for expressing their views online, including advocating for women's rights on Twitter. These became the longest prison sentences for free speech in Saudi Arabia. As terrible as things are for women in the Middle East, there are still those who are willing to lend a helping hand. The hacktivist group Anonymous has launched multiple attacks against Iranian government websites and state-affiliated media back in September, following the death of 22-year-old Mahsa Amini by the hands of the morality police. Mahsa was arrested in Tehran for violating the rules on wearing a hijab and died shortly after falling into a coma caused by police brutality. But even if Anonymous decided to stand out for women in this hour of need, a lot more women than men would never learn about it. Currently, only 63% of women have internet access compared to 69% of men, another gender gap you don't hear about too often. In low-income countries, the situation is even worse, with 21% of the female population having access to the World Web, compared to 32% of male. These figures have not improved for 3 years now. On the contrary, while women account for roughly half of the population, they have a much bigger share of the global offline population. The social and economic fallout from the COVID-19 pandemic is to blame for this downgrade. Progress in many areas, including time spent on unpaid care and domestic work, decision-making regarding sexual and reproductive health, and gender-responsive budgeting, is falling behind. As of the 1st of January 2022, the global share of women in lower and single houses of national parliaments reached 26.2%, up from 22.4% in 2015. At this pace, it would take another 40 years for women and men to be represented equally in national parliaments. This lack of progress is what creates the situations I mentioned earlier. The world is not on track to achieve gender equality, even by 2030, whether on the internet or in real life. I hope this was eye-opening for you. Thanks for watching and consider subscribing if you want this AI voice to tell you more about what's going on in cyberspace.